financially, because it's not like we're doing any extra big celebration. We're just sort of looking back at what happened, 35 years ago and letting people be involved.
Do you want us to buy any advertising? I mean, that stuff costs money.
Well, I know that, that would be helpful, any kind of advertising, and if you could put it, that's a kind of, I think, sponsorship we would really like, and we'd like you to back us so that it looks like it's not just the Historical Society, but the town involved in it, and I don't know how you feel about that, but.
I personally don't have a problem with it. I just got to find out what you want, and it would be a decision that would be made by the council.
Let's see if I have any information to tell you. Oh, there are 3 dates: October 27th, 20th, 27th, or November 9th. And I don't know, those are all Saturday, and it would be Saturday afternoon or evening. If there's anything that's happening with the town that...
I'd have to look. October 27th, and what was the other one?
October 20th, October 27th, and November 9th.
Okay.
So the 9th or the 10th?
The 9th is a Friday.
Oh,
9th is
well,
a
then-
Friday, yeah.
Says
The
the
paper
10th
says
in
the
the
10th,
11th.
and I know 9th is a Friday, so. I thought.
How about that? You must be smarter than me, Harold.
Nope, I'm reading what you sent.
No?
I can still
You
read.
can read.
Still read it.
At least somebody read it, right? But that I know that's Veterans Day weekend, but this town doesn't do anything on that Saturday, do they?
I'd have to look. I don't have my calendar.
Well, all the
I
time I've
don't
been
anticipate
doing it,
that we have any conflict on any of those dates. So I think probably you're going to be able to pick the one you want
Okay.
and go with it. We can sit down, you and I can meet and figure out just what you need. And if I could get council to allow me to spend a little bit of that money that we put away, I don't think it's going to be very much.
I think the council discussion at that time was that maybe somebody would want to print up a little brochure with some information,
Yeah.
and there might be some printing costs or
Well,
something like
wasn't that for
that.
the 150th, Dana? Weren't we
The
preparing?
the
for that?
discussion was that the
We're already
150th wasn't too far away, and we
Right.
should be putting a little money aside for some sort of a celebration, and
I heard that.
because there was some question, the 150th of Oakland being separated from Waterville is West Waterville is 10 years closer than the celebration of it being Oakland. So
Yeah.
we put a little bit in there. In anticipation at the time, the discussion was that we'd probably put some more in so that at the time there'd be money enough to make a booklet or publish something or whatever.
Well, one of the things that,
Came up.
that I found out this week when I was talking with somebody in the community about it was, he said, well, what do you have for books on the McCartney House that tell you the story and stuff? Well, one thing we have, and Kelly can probably help me with this, we have a lot of DVDs and we have a lot of this and we have a lot of that. This guy said, don't you have books that tell the story of the house? And do we? Because I couldn't find anything. And-
We used to, but we don't anymore.
Yeah.
We had a limited printing of them.
Yeah, because we couldn't afford to have them printed, the history of what went on in that era. And this person said to me, oh, I don't want to look at, I like to read. I'm into the history, I'd like to know more about the history and stuff in the town, but I'm not the kind of person that wants to listen to it on tape or a DVD or something. It's just not my thing. So I don't know how many people are like that. I mean, people from away, I'm an old person who would rather read a book than I can't read stuff on the computer and without falling asleep. But it's just it was just a thought, if you'd be willing to work with us on that.
I have no issues with that.
And I think if there were any money that had to be spent, it would be, for advertising or something like that. I don't think we'll have any great expense.
In the comprehensive planning document that we're working on currently hopefully for next year, there's a long section of history of the town of Oakland, longer than I had ever read anywhere. And I don't remember the McCartney House particularly, but there was a lot of history in that document, and that was pretty much from the old document that we were going to update. So there's a lot of that available. The town office has a copy. You could at least take a look at that and see
Yeah.
maybe that's something you could copy. And
It wouldn't surprise me if Alberta put that together originally.
I'm sure she did.
might
She
have
was
thought.
working on the update too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I'll check with her on that.
Yeah.
but she's, you know, she's not
But
gonna
I've got,
remember much.
like Bob said, I've got a copy of that right down at the town office, and I've got it sitting right on my filing cabinet, so I will send an invitation whenever you get a date, right?
What about sending an invitation like to the council and to the people who work for the town office and other people in town? Because, I mean, that might be something we'd have to do where you could help us. If, I mean, on postage or something, maybe, I don't know. But,
You and I can sit down and we'll discuss this.
I mean, they're just minimal expenses. I don't think,
Right, so if I came up with $500, do you think that that would cover the expenses at what you're envisioning? We
Oh,
don't
yeah.
spend it all, but I mean,
no, I don't, I think that would be more plenty. I mean, I don't, and I certainly don't think we need to put, you know, just do things just because we have the money.
Mhm.
Just because Bob gave me $2,000 for the centennial, I mean, he doesn't remember that though.
This was in 1983. What
Yeah.
are you talking about, remember it?
I think
So
that's
you need a
about
motion
everything
on
I
that?
have.
Yeah, I would like a motion to spend up to $500 if I could get that.
I'd make a motion, we grant you to spend $500. You want it to come out of that fund that we set aside for celebration? or
I
the
think
general fund?
that would be the appropriate place to take it from.
Okay.
Because we still got quite a few years before we get to 2050, yeah.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you.
Let's see, now we'll go into, unless,
Executive session.
do you have any, does anybody here have anything they'd like to bring up before we go into executive session? John Cox. Dave. Mr. Buzzell, anything you'd like to bring up?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Mr. Knight.
No.
All
Mr.
set.
Ritter. At this time, then we will enter into executive session.
For the purposes
What's that?
don't you have to state what the?
That's what I was doing right now.
Oh, you're doing it?
Yes.
Sorry,
I was gonna read it.
just slow.
Yeah, I was, okay. I'll read it fast. Okay, we're going to enter an executive session, acquisition of realty property and economic development in 1 MRSA section 4056C.
I would like to keep our real estate broker in the session with us.
Second.
Thank you, all in favor? One into executive session.
Who motioned?
See you, Claire.
Thank you.
See you, Ray.
Mike, did you motion?
He did.
Norm, you'll have to leave as well.
Okay. Oh, I thought you guys were. What's that? I thought you guys were leaving.
Thanks, Norm.
Right there.